Okay, we are continuing our football club history series, and we're going to Western Germany. For this video, we're looking at FC Cologne. They are a surprisingly very young club. They founded after the Second World War in 1948 as a merger of two previous clubs in the Cologne area. Their home ground is the Rhine Energy Stadion, which has a capacity of 50,000 seated and obviously terraced standing. This is a very interesting fact. They have over 100,000 members, which means they are the fourth largest club in Germany as of last year. They also won the first ever Bundesliga title, and they won the second last German Championship title before the Bundesliga era. The thing is, they haven't won a trophy for 40 years. They've been in one European final, so that's not bad going. But most of their success comes in the 70s. They have a League and Cup double in the 70s as well. And they are a pretty decent side between the early 60s and the early 80s. But they haven't had success, as I say, for a long time. But as such things happen, certain clubs have their era, should I say, of dominant spell or a successful spell, and they have their lean periods. Cologne's lean period's been 40 years. So let's delve into their history. So their first major honour, they're still like a baby of a club. Their first major honour is the old German Championship, the forerunner to the Bundesliga in the 61-62 season. So 2 seasons before the Bundesliga is formed. Their second major honour is the first Bundesliga title in the 63-64 season. They also win the Bundesliga title in the 77-78 season, which is also a League and Cup double year as well, which is a pretty decent achievement, considering that Borussia Mönchengladbach at the time are the best side in Germany. They've won the DFB-Pokal 4 times, and actually in a very short spell of time. So their first Pokal title is in the 67-68 season. They win it again in the 76-77 season. The 77-78 season is their League and Cup double winning season, and their last major silverware is in the 82-83 season. They have not won a major trophy since that date. However, they were UEFA Cup runners-up in the 85-86 season, so they did come close in the mid-80s to adding further silverware to their little trophy cabinet. But as I say, there is a period of about 21 years where FC Cologne are one of the top sides in Germany, where they are competing for silverware every season. And doing a League and Cup double back then is a lot harder to do than it is now, I would have thought, because of the dominance of Bayern Munich. But, in saying that, pretty decent side for silverware at a time when Borussia Mönchengladbach were winning everything. And I've done my Borussia Mönchengladbach video. They were the dominant side in Germany at the time. Cologne, their little cousins in the Rhineland, won some silverware, but again, Borussia Mönchengladbach were a machine at the time. Even Bayern Munich weren't winning trophies that as regularly as they are now. So the dominance in German football has shifted somewhat to Bayern Munich in more recent years, but it wasn't always the case. Now, Cologne's major rivals, as I say, the aforementioned Borussia Mönchengladbach. I've done a video on them a few years back. They've won a lot of trophies, predominantly in the period that Cologne are also winning trophies. Borussia Mönchengladbach were just winning a lot more. Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen, it was the nickname. They've only won a little bit of silverware, and their first major honour was actually in Europe. They're another major rival, and Fortuna Düsseldorf, a forgotten club of German football, but they are pretty historical, and we will be doing a video on Fortuna Düsseldorf in time. They're the major rivals because that's the Rhineland region. This is a big industrial heartland of Germany, and some of their most biggest supported, well supported, and some of their historical clubs come out of the Rhineland. So there we go. There's a brief history of FC Cologne. Thank you very much for watching. We will continue with our tour of European clubs and their history. I think I've done England to death, although, however, there are still quite a few Football League clubs I haven't done club histories on, and some non-league clubs as well. But I think I'll do a little bit of tour of some of the European leagues and look at some of the underrated and forgotten clubs of European football, or those lesser clubs now that were very successful back in the day, such as FC Cologne. But for me, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below. What club do you want to see next that I haven't already covered? And of course, we've got the football playlist, so you can always look in there to see if I have actually covered a club, because sometimes even I forget what clubs I've covered. And I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.